Hi guys and welcome. Today I am going to be showing you how to achieve this quick, simple, and really easy makeup look. This is definitely my go-to anytime that I am getting ready. So if you want to go ahead and learn, go ahead and keep on watching. We are going to start off by applying primer to the T-zone area of the face. Blend out your foundation and make sure that you do not forget the neck. That is super important because you don't want to end up like homegirl over here. If you're on the struggle boat like I am myself, go ahead and grab a concealer that is as close as possible to your foundation shade and place that directly on each blemish. For my brows, first I like to prime them with a wax-like pencil. Then I go ahead, shade them in. Make sure that you go from shading in to blending out with a little spoolie to get that more natural finish to them. Now, a super important step, at least in my opinion, is carving out the brows. You can make them look as cut as possible. Just go ahead and clean it up on the bottom and the top of the brow, and just go ahead and blend all that out so that you do not end up with any harsh lines at the end. So moving on to the rest of my face. For my concealer, I don't like placing that big old triangle that everybody likes to do. I just like to place it on the inner and the outer corner of the eyes. I'll let that sit for a bit so that the color can really sink into the skin. Afterwards, when I've done the rest of my face, I'll go ahead and blend it out. So I'm going to go ahead and warm up the rest of my face with the bronzy shade. I'm going to put an emphasis on my forehead because like my girl Ree, we both got a big old forehead, but she bombed, so it's fine. To finish off with the bronzy shade, I'm going to go ahead and take that down to my double chin because we can't afford no surgery, especially not right now. So when I finish that, I'm going to go ahead and get a small blending brush and blend out both sides of that concealer. And as you can see right here, it does the same exact thing as if I did a triangle to begin with, but with way less product. So another step that I really like to do is contouring my nose. It's not that I hate my nose, but I feel like it just makes the bronzer just come all together on my face. Be sure to tap off any excess powder. You don't want to end up with my girl Eva over here. And I'm not really into the whole baking thing. I honestly don't really bake. I feel like it just dries out the skin under the eyes, and that is the most sensitive skin on your face. Now for the eyes, they're going to be super easy. Just go ahead and get a really fluffy brush, place a brown shade all over the lid, no need to be precise. Then get a shade that's really close to your natural skin color and place that under the brow. Then get a slightly denser brush, a slightly darker brown, and put that all over the lid again. And like I said before, there's no need to be precise, so just go ahead and make sure that you blend. So here is where everything went south. I was supposed to just tightline my waterline and then I messed up and I literally wanted to cry. I was like, you know what? Now I gotta make this into a wing liner somehow. I low-key shed a tear, so it messed up a little bit, but I was like, I'm not a quitter and I'm gonna keep going, okay? So I just proceeded on with the rest of this look. So for my bottom lashes, I don't like to take it in too into my inner corner because my eyes are smaller, and if I take it in too much, it makes my eyes look smaller than they already are. And I'll just blend that out, and then I'm just trying to somehow save this damn liner. I was so mad, like so mad, but sometimes you just gotta work with what you got, and if you mess up, you just keep on going. So to finish off the face, I'm going to go ahead and grab my Hoola bronzer and place that in all the areas that I had originally bronzed up my face. Just make sure to blend it all out so that there's no harsh lines between the regular foundation shade and your bronzer. So for my blush, I don't like to smile because if you come to think about it, the blush is going to go on way too high. So I just tilt a little to the side and place it where I would naturally see my blush. So for the eyelashes, I'm going to put the eyelash glue on a brush, on a little angled brush, and I place that directly onto my lash line as close as possible. Make sure you don't get it in the eye instead of placing it on the actual lash. After that, just go ahead, grab the lash and place that directly onto the lash line. And I just find that it makes it way easier to place my eyelashes. And I did have eyelash extensions for the longest, so it's a little hard for me to get used to doing my lashes again. So before I put my highlighter, I'm going to be setting my face first. That way the highlighter has something to hold on rather than just dry skin. I like to put it under my brow too, because that's a high point of the face. My nose, but don't go too crazy there because sometimes I tend to go a little too crazy and I look like the Tin Man. Now I do overline my lips just a tad bit, nothing too crazy, because although I do have pretty thick lips, I don't really have a shape to the top of them. So I'm just going to go ahead, outline them, and shade them in. So like with the brows, I also like to carve out my lips. It just makes them look cleaner. If I did go and mess up a little bit, it cleans them up and makes them look more put together all around. And do not forget the gloss. Never forget the gloss. And before you question me, yes, I am setting my face once again after everything is done. And that is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and comment, like, share, tell your mom, tell your abuelita, tell your abuelito, whatever it be. Gracias.